Well, are you sick and tired of sky-high travel costs? You can partly blame Uncle Sam for that. No kidding. Under the guise of protecting consumers, Congress is trying to block Norwegian Air's low-cost flights in the U.S. But can the government get away with this? Travel expert Mark Murphy, founder and CEO of TravelPulse.com, is here to explain. Mark, welcome back to the show. So the government wants to stand in the way of me paying $400, $500, $600 less for a flight. What are they thinking?
Who knows what they're thinking? I mean, beyond ridiculous. I am so fed up where something good is happening to increase competition, which means more jobs. You know, people can spend less on the flight and spend more on the ground, yet you're going to try to block that? That makes absolutely no sense. And the examples they're giving make no sense as well. So I'm really infuriated about this.
So let's look at some of the numbers.
Yeah.
Let's look at some. So basically this company, the Norwegian Air, wants to launch $225 flights to U.S. from Europe this week. Now, maybe 20 years ago, I could pay $225 to go to London from New York, but not anymore. Give us an idea, drill down on this with us a little bit about how much the savings could be.
The savings on average, depending on the gateway you go out of, it could be 50%. So imagine as a consumer, 50%. I mean, the fares you're talking about are going to be entry fares, and they're going to be more off-peak fares in terms of travel time. So those domestic carriers that are flying internationally, those fares are coming down at that time too, but they're still going to be on average about double what Norwegian Air is proposing. And Norwegian Air on the long-haul side is trying to do what Southwest and JetBlue have done on the domestic side, which is bring low-cost travel to the masses when it comes to international travel, which we have not yet had here in the U.S., at least in my time frame of almost 3 decades in the business.
Okay, take a look at these numbers. Those cheaper flights, London to New York in September, what they want to do is offer a flight for $720 compared to an average of $1,149 for airlines like British Airways, Virgin Atlantic, Air France. Here's what the CEO of that company had to say. He said they, meaning American Airlines, generally have a protected environment for high prices. They hate that we will have introductory fares for $99. So what do you make of that comment?
Well, if I'm the domestic carriers that are flying transatlantic, I would hate it too, because they're going to make me compete more effectively on price to maintain my profitability. Let's keep competition out if we can, if we're the legacy carriers. On the other hand, he's got a great point, which is they don't want him in, and they're doing everything in their power to keep Norwegian Air out. Now, keep here, and what's happening is it's about this permit and getting this permit approved so they become a permanent member of, if you would, with the Open Skies Agreement between the EU and the U.S., and then they can compete head-to-head with anybody.
Well, open skies, open schmize. I'm just not seeing it so far, as you said at the beginning of the interview. Does this have something to do with unions?
Well, interesting you say that. Yes, what the unions are doing is they're pushing back on it, and they're getting together with the management of the airlines. How interesting is that? The airline unions, which have always done battle with the executives on the airline side, are coming together around this topic to try to blunt competition. Again, I don't blame them, but you've got former Secretary Ray LaHood as a lobbyist now going in and trying to talk about protecting our communities and everything else. Hey, you know what? It's capitalism.
You know, they're letting everybody combine who wants to combine. They're keeping out competition. What does that mean for us? What does that mean for consumers? It's going to mean higher prices.
Bingo. So if you're a traveler, write your congressman, write your senator, tell them to stop blocking what is considered competition, because it's good for you as a traveler, it's good for you as a consumer, keeps more money in your pocket, and guess what? If you have more money in your pocket, you have more things to spend on, that's good for the economy as a whole. So let's get with it, folks. Are we trying to slow the economy? Are we trying to stop competition? Or are we trying to get moving? It's, what are we, 5.5, 6 years into this this muck?
Okay,
for the love
Mark.
of Pete, let's go.
Good stuff. Thanks for coming on. We'll continue to follow this. It's unbelievable. Thank you.